There was a story about a Jordanian family consisting of a mother, a father, and two daughters, one aged 22 and the other 24. The father, because he only had two daughters and his wife developed health issues that prevented her from having more children, decided to get married again. His wife strongly refused the idea and wouldn't accept that he wanted to marry another woman. Even his two daughters were completely against it. Despite their protests, he went ahead with his decision. He searched and chose a woman from a respected family, and she was about 39 years old. He married her, and soon after, she became pregnant and gave birth to a baby boy. The father was overjoyed. After so many years, he finally had a son. He began giving a lot of attention to his second wife and their son. Though he didn't neglect his daughters or first wife, there was jealousy and tension. His daughters never accepted the second wife. To bring the two families closer, he moved out of his apartment and bought a house right next to his old one, where his first wife and daughters lived. That way, he could keep an eye on both families and be close to his kids. He settled things and life went on. In 2011, his daughter Sana, the 22-year-old, deeply hated her stepmother. She carried a burning desire for revenge. Why? Because 5 years earlier, her older sister went missing. They searched for her everywhere. She had been gone for over a month. The father was devastated. His daughter, young and beautiful, had vanished. Neither the mother, nor Sana, nor anyone in the family knew where she went. Her uncles, cousins, and the entire community searched for her. One day, one of her uncles found her and unalived her on the spot, stabbing her. He turned himself in, saying it was a matter of family honor. The girl had been missing, and her appearance when found suggested disgrace. Her hair was undone, etc. Despite the father dropping charges, the government pursued the case, and the uncle was sentenced to 7 years in prison. During the investigation, it was discovered that the stepmother had played a role in the situation. She constantly provoked the father, saying things like, "If you were a real man, you would have found your daughter by now. She's out ruining your reputation and shaming us." This information came out later through the mother and Sana. After her sister was unalived, Sana's hatred toward her stepmother and uncle turned into a deep obsession for revenge. Sana was strong-willed and unafraid. She waited for the day her uncle would be released so she could unalive him. But once she learned that the stepmother had instigated everything, she said, "Let me take care of her first. Then I'll deal with my uncle when he's released." She was also angry at her father. Her plan? To unalive the little boy, her half-brother. Though he was her brother, she didn't see him that way. She believed unaliving him would devastate her father and stepmother, especially since the father adored him so much that even a scratch on the boy would shatter him. She waited. First year, second, third, until the boy started walking and playing near the door. She looked for a chance to lure him away and unalive him without being noticed. But it was hard since the two homes were next to each other, and his mother never let him out of her sight. Then she had an idea. What if she did it from a distance using a firearm? She wouldn't need to lure him. Just one shot. But where could she get one? And how would she learn to use it? She turned to one of her uncles, her mother's brother, whom she was close to. She asked him to teach her how to shoot. He was surprised but agreed after she said she was just interested in learning. She told him her father had an old pistol hidden in storage. She brought it, and the uncle bought bullets for it. They practiced on the roof of their house. Since the neighborhood was used to occasional gunfire, it didn't raise suspicion. She trained hard. Her uncle taught her everything: loading, aiming, fixing jams, etc. She became skilled, and he brought her more bullets each time he visited. She convinced him she simply enjoyed shooting. One day her father remembered the old gun and started looking for it. She denied knowing anything. Her stepmother said she hadn't seen it in years. The father gave up searching. She had hidden the gun wrapped in jeans inside a bag of winter clothes. No one would think to check there. Later, she would go to the roof and practice by shooting at moving targets like cats or trash bins, making sure no one was around. Finally, the day came. She knew her stepmother always left the house holding her son's hand. That day, from the rooftop, she saw them exit the house. Calmly, like a sniper, she took aim. The first bullet hit the mother in the back. In panic, The mother shielded her son. Sana fired again. The second shot hit the mother too. She collapsed, bleeding, while the boy clung to her. Sana hid the gun and joined the crowd that gathered outside. Neighbors screamed. Women wept. One man checked for a pulse. She had passed. The father arrived and held his son, stunned by the tragedy. He had no idea who would want to hurt them. The police began their investigation. They assumed the shooter was a man, someone with a vendetta. They questioned everyone. No one suspected Sana. Her mother was called in. They asked about her daughters. She said Sana had gone out earlier that day, and she was afraid to tell her husband, worried he might react badly. 3 days later, they arrested her. She immediately confessed. Yes, I did it. I didn't mean to unalive her. I meant to unalive her son. But I'm not sorry. She provoked my father and uncles into unaliving my sister years ago. The old case resurfaced. Sana was charged with premeditated unaliving. Her uncle, who trained her, was also arrested but received a reduced sentence since he didn't know her intentions. Sana was sentenced to unaliving by hanging. But later, her father forgave her for the passing of his wife, and her sentence was reduced to life imprisonment.